Hi friends, welcome back to Sheena's Homestead. Today I am putting together a Vego garden bed. This is a metal raised garden bed. I purchased it off of Amazon and this is actually my birthday gift from Rob. We have quite a few more coming along because as you can see when I'm done here, it is an awesome garden bed and I think it will last for years and years to come. So after we put this one together, I decided to buy a couple more and I even have a trellis. So as soon as that comes, I'll show you that as well. But to start, I'm just going to show you how easy this thing is to put together. It comes with a plastic layer over the top to just protect it while you're putting it together. The directions did say to peel it off completely, but I did not, so that I could have it protected as long as possible. I just peeled it back so that I could get these nuts and bolts into their correct spacing here. So you can see I just pulled the plastic back a little bit, and they give you 2 protected nuts on the top so that your hands don't get scraped up while you are gardening. And then the bottom 4 have just a regular edge to them. So you just want to make sure that you use the rounded ones on the top 2 levels or layers here, and then the regular ones for the bottom 4. So this particular garden bed that I purchased can be put together in 9 different shapes. For me, I am just going to make this one the longest that it can be. And then later on I had Alessandra come help me because it was a lot easier to have somebody hand you the right bolts while you are continuing. Makes it a lot quicker. But you don't need any tools. It comes with everything that you need to put it together. And I purchased this olive green color. I was going back and forth between like a forest green and then this one, and I think I made the right choice. This one blends into the grass really nicely. So I've got a helper with the camera here just showing you a little close-up. So you just pop one side in and then on the other side you just screw it together. And then I did that for all 4. And then they give you this little tool that you can tighten your bolts. And to be honest, it's a pretty quick, simple, and easy little task. I did this all by myself. Rob was out of town, and he was quite surprised that I was able to do the whole thing on my own, and it really didn't take too long. I would say about an hour from start to finish, only because it was a brand new thing that I had never tried before. I think the rest of them will be even quicker than that. So then they give you this middle piece here. It's just a stable support. So that was quite easy. You just screw that right in. And then they have this black, it's kind of a rubbery texture, and it's just a nice edging so that you don't cut yourself on the edge of the bed. And they give you plenty of extra. So you just want to take it and kind of stretch it along the perimeter. And then at the end you can do a final cut, and it makes it super nice and easy. Really simple project. And you can see I left the plastic on. I just did that until I get it to the space that I want it to be. And then I pulled all the extra plastic off, and this bed is ready to fill. So I think I made the right color choice for our yard. They definitely had lots to choose from. If you're a little more adventurous, you can pick something that's bright in color. I just wanted something that blends in nicely, and I think that this olive green did the trick. So now we are planting Dahlia seeds. I bought these from this company. They are really beautiful, and they sent a gorgeous pamphlet with a lot of information from the owner. And obviously, they are a small business, and I love supporting small businesses. So I'm really excited to get these seeds started. They have quite a few to choose from on their website, but I just bought dahlias. It's something I've never grown before, but I'm excited to try. These two varieties are the Bee's Choice and Shooting Stars. They actually look kind of similar, but I'm really excited to get these started. You have no idea what color they will pop up and be, so that'll be a nice surprise. And Liliana is here just helping me get these little seeds started. A new method I've started is taking the seed packet and just taping it to the edge of my seed tray. That helps me to know what I planted there. I do have little garden tags that I usually put in, but sometimes they get lost or the sun wears out what I wrote on them, and then it's just a big mystery. So I'm trying this new method. I think it'll be great, and I am definitely a visual learner, so and a visual person. So I think that this will help me stay a little bit more organized. So last but not least, I have some sweet peas here. And we just ran out of seeds, so I have one more cell left to fill. So why not get a couple more in the ground? I'm excited to try a lot of these flowers. Like I said, in years past, I've grown cosmos and lots of zinnias. I think it'll be fun to try something different. We've got sunflowers growing out in our winter sowing. So I'm just pretty excited to see all of this new growth and to try something new. And these seeds were not very expensive. And with dahlias, if you grow them right, you can actually take the tubers out of the ground at the end of the growing season and store them over winter and have another plant the next year. So I'm hoping that we get that kind of production out of these. And it'll just be a new fun adventure for Liliana and I. Now I'm going to give you a quick update on my winter sowing. So we've had some warm weather in the past week and a half, and a lot of things have sprouted inside, and they tend to grow really fast in the winter sowing method. So even though they look like little sprouts right now, soon they will be as big as the ones I have started inside in February. They tend to just really take off from this point on. So that's really exciting and encouraging. I love hedging my bets by growing both inside and outdoors. This here are some sunflowers, and this is the only way that I can grow them without them getting eaten. We've got some cabbage here too, looking super healthy. I'm going to get that transplanted in the next week because it is a cold hardy variety, so we should be able to get that in the ground. And here I have my sun gold tomatoes, my absolute favorite and Jacob's favorite too. And then for comparison's sake, here is the ones that I have started in February. So I've got pepper plants, there's cayenne pepper, lipstick peppers, and then I believe these tomatoes are all beefsteak. So we've got a good head start. You can see some extra seeds kind of sprouted up in some of the spots here. And then I've got oregano, and then some have done really well, and you can see others are just struggling there. I think they germinated late, but that's okay. Better late than never. And here are some of the dahlias that we started earlier in the video. You can see how they sprouted pretty quickly and germination rate is awesome. So I have some more back in this corner, and then I've got some sweet peas too. So I'm really excited about that. So we've had a lot of rain and a lot of sun this past week. And you remember us planting our onions together. Look how much they have sprouted already. That growth is just insane. The plants are really loving this warm weather and then rain and then warm again. It's just been great. And you can see, I mean, I weeded less than a week ago and all of these weeds are back, so it's gonna be a tough season trying to keep up with those weeds. And here are the garlic cloves that we planted together last fall. They are doing great. I have another bed full of garlic over here. So I think together we planted around 200 cloves of garlic. So that's all coming in. And then here we have our Swiss chard. And Swiss chard is just highly underrated. And it is a beautiful, amazing plant. The leaves are like a cross between lettuce and spinach, and then the stalks are sort of like celery, and it tastes amazing, and it's a prolific provider. It just keeps coming back, and you can take as much as you want, and it just keeps producing. And as you know, I planted these last year and they're back already. Some of them actually were popping through the winter. This is a broccoli plant that lasted through the winter. Pretty amazing. We've got some volunteer strawberries going in there. I did not plant those, but that's pretty fun. In this bed we have some volunteer lettuce that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We also planted out all of our onions in here too. And this is my spinach bed, and it is doing pretty well. These are all little transplants. Oh, this one isn't doing as great. Let's see if we can prop him up. These are transplants from my winter sowing. And then here we have some broccoli transplants. They're doing great as well. We are a little nervous about our orchard. This tends to happen every year, but tonight we are supposed to have a frost, and I'm worried that the blooms will be damaged on the trees that have already flowered. So we do have some apple trees that have flowered, and then we've got all of our cherries and all of our pears. So we're really hoping and praying that we make it through without any damage, but we shall see. So that is it for our garden tour for today, and that's the update that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me and learning how to plant our zinnia seeds and get everything started for our 2024 garden. It's going to be a great growing year. I just know it. We're going to pray that the frost that's coming doesn't damage our trees too much. I hope it doesn't damage any of your stuff either. And we will be planting out in the garden before we know it. So hold on tight. It's only a couple more weeks and it's almost summer. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time on Sheena's Homestead. God bless and have a great week, friends.